Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Johnson from Unmask Our Kids CT and the Connecticut Liberty Rally. How's it going? It's Friday morning, February 11th, 2022. Just wanted to give an update based on what happened yesterday with the House voting to renew emergency powers and to not give parents choices and to give the Department of Public Health the power to extend mask mandates as long up until June 30th, 2022 if they deem fit. So that's what happened so far. I mean, things we can do still reach out to now the CT Senate Democrats calls and emails. So we'll get that efforts going, and we can still try to pressure, show public sentiment against masking children with that vote before Monday, which is when they'll vote. So I'll post some links and the phone numbers and stuff to the Senate Democrats and try to let the voice of the people be heard. The other things that we can do going forward is to circulate the Unmask Our Kids CT petition, and that is just a great way for people that are agreeing with us about giving parents choices regarding masks to be able to say yes, raise their hand, say I agree, I signed, provide their email address, and get updates on what we're doing here throughout the state. And the other thing you can do is just grassroots, like tell people personally, text your friends, you call and, ask a neighbor, and see where they're at with mass choice on their kids and get them involved with what we're doing with Unmask Our Kids CT, whether it's going to the website, unmaskourkidsct.com. There's a lot of links there to connect with the Facebook group, the Telegram group, sign the petition. It's all on that website, unmaskourkidsct.com or masschoicect.com. Will also take you there. If you go to masschoicect.com, it'll take you to the same website. I would recommend doing street rallies, busy intersection in your town with your town group. Make a flyer on canva.com or somewhere else, and just have a rally. Get some signs together, get some people together, give people in a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, have people go out on the street with signs, and people, you'll be very surprised at maybe not, but how many people are supportive of unmasking our kids and giving parents choices, and just giving people town by town awareness that there's people in their town that are like-minded with them. They're not alone. They think mass choice. That's and making connections. When you have a protest or a rally, you actually get to meet local people that think the same way you do, and those connections that are made can have powerful effects going forward. The other thing I'd urge you to do is to go to your Board of Ed meeting and put pressure on your Board of Ed. Stay involved with what's going on at the local level with in your school system. And to do that, you go to your Board of Ed meetings and use that 3 minutes of public comment to tell these people that you have concerns about masking your children, and also if there's any other curriculum issues and things like that, that's things that you have an opportunity to address in those forums. So keep reaching out to the state Senate Democrats and think about ways that you can get involved locally, making connections with people, and also keep doing what we're doing digitally, which is sharing things like the petition to unmask our kids in Connecticut. That enables us to get more people on board and in one on one email list, so that we can when we're gonna go do something, thousands and thousands of people get an update from us on what we're doing. There will be some more events being planned. I think that it's time for some mass demonstrations. So in a few days, I'll make an announcement about what I think is a good move going forward. But there might be multiple things. There might be a big rally coming up, hopefully, very soon. So I want to get that announced. And then a day for mass demonstration and disobedience, I think, is another powerful tool that we should all get together and do. And here's the thing. I said this about the rally that we had on Wednesday. I was urging people to take a day off of work, a day off of school to do stuff. So, the next couple things will be, the next rally will be on a weekend. But here's the thing, if you saw the videos and the photos and, you thought about going, first off, it's just a peaceful protest. It's just standing there with a sign. It's not like, we're, marching down the street and getting in the face of some, counter protesting group and start. No, we're standing out there peacefully. So there's nothing to be apprehensive about. I think you just step on out and hang out. It's really more social and cathartic. But if you saw the videos and the photos, you saw they had an impact. what happened with the protest on Wednesday had an impact. It made the press. We got thousands and thousands, really tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of impressions around the media. Things that would have cost, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of airtime and ads in newspapers and all that stuff. A protest at the Capitol during the legislative session start got those images and those messages out there for basically free. So it does. And also, I mean, with the state of the state happening that same day, that just worked out that way, was a godsend. And Governor Lamont was rattled. You could tell his speech was pretty not good. And so it was timely. It did have an impact. Like committing to that action, we couldn't have known necessarily that the state of the state was going to be announced, that he was actually going to do it, and it was going to be in person, and but that's just how it worked out, because we were already working forward, pushing forward with this. So I'm saying all that to say, like, you could have been part, and it could have been, and it really should have been 5 times bigger, 10 times bigger. Like, if you have a kid in a mask and you're mad and you're upset and you see your child suffering and you're not afraid of COVID, or you've already recovered from COVID, right? You should be upset and you should be willing to take action. So I'm just saying this all again to you to just put this in the back of your mind. Like, first, so not even first, just the main thing is you got to step up. You got to step up. It takes you, like, I can go out there and, these other people went out there, but unless you show up, we're missing people, like we should have filled that front lawn. Maybe it would have given some of these Democrats some gumption to actually break party lines and not make this political, but do what they knew was right, if they saw the pressure. So please keep that in mind, to please participate. When you see these actions, really make an effort. If you really want your kids unmasked, you can either sit there and wait for the government to dictate to you when your kids are going to get out of masks, or you can do something about it, right? And what I'm encouraging people to do is do something about it. Don't just sit there and wait to be dictated to when they're going to tell you when your kids can get out of a mask, because it was February 28th, and now it's like, well, it could be all the way to June 30th. And what do you think they're going to do for the fall? Do you think you're going to have to get a jabberoo to go to school, or don't you? Like, what do you think this crazy legislature is going to do? I wouldn't be leaning towards they're going to give people choices, right? So what we do right now, people speaking out and taking action, puts the brakes, stop on all this agenda that they continue to push. So that's at some point it's going to take boots on the ground, and people not complying, and people speaking out peacefully, but with force and in mass, if we're going to see this thing end and turn around. So please consider participating in anything that you can possibly make time to go to. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take time away from work, from school, from other things you could be doing. But some of these efforts really do and could have an impact, and it's only until more people and more people and more people and more people and more people really get involved, really start going to Board of Eds, really start connecting in town groups, really start going to a protest or a rally, and really start showing up in mass. That's when people are going to really take notice, and the Democrats are going to start realizing they're making mistakes. I mean, it's we don't want children suffering at all. I think every day that goes on, that this is going on, more and more people are going to flip the way they vote in November, which is great. But we don't want our kids suffering. So let's get out there. Let's do it peacefully, but let's be forceful and actually take the actions needed to do what we can to see change in our state. So let's keep laboring forward. Look out for some new announcements. Sign up for emails at ctliberty.org. Sign up for the email newsletter so you can stay informed about Liberty actions. There's over 20,000 people on the email list, so please be one of them. Please share it with ctliberty.org. With friends to sign up for email addresses, updates as well. The petition's on the website. Events are on the website. Links to Unmasking Our Kids pages on the website. And contacting all your legislator lookup is on the website. All that stuff's on ctliberty.org. So God bless you guys. We're going to keep pushing forward. All the things that are happening are not good enough. Our kids deserve way better. And we're the ones. We're their advocates. We gotta labor to see it happen. God bless us, and God bless you.